بسم الله الرحمن الرحيم اللهم صل على محمد وآل محمد.
Is that usually we overestimate the consequence of honesty. Some people, they have a hard time becoming honest. Why? Because you're scared of the reaction of those. Maybe they'll be hurt, they'll overreact. I don't know how they'll take it. It could be with your spouse, you need to break something to them, tell them something. It could be with a business partner, a community member. Oftentimes, we avoid honesty because we overestimate the result and the consequence. So in one study, they got a group of people and they told them, look, in the next couple of weeks, be more honest. Even when you think the other person is going to be offended, they're not going to like it, be honest and come back. On average, they realized that the impact of honesty was much better than expected. Some of them really thought that if they break this to their loved one or to a community member, if they're honest with some things, it's going to backfire. No, they overestimated that. In fact, it turned out to be much more pleasant. And that person, maybe initially they'll feel hurt a little bit, but then if you say it lovingly, they will appreciate your honesty. And believe me, when you're honest with other people, they'll respect you more. Sometimes we're scared of honesty because of my reputation, my dignity. If I admit something, how are people going to see me? No. If people see that you're humble and you admit what you've done, if you have to admit it, they'll respect you more. A few years ago, one of my dear friends, he was going through a crisis. I was having lunch with him. He told me, Sayyid, many years ago, I did something wrong. I was driving, I hit somebody's car, and I never admitted. The guy had to, fix his car many years ago. It's over a decade ago. And now, I cannot sleep at night. I tell myself, if you're truly a Shia of Ali ibn Abi Talib, a Shia of Hussein, how did you do that? But I don't know what to do. Now after 10 years, I call this person, hey, I'm the one who hit your car and made you lose like $1,000 fixing it. I can't do that. The person's going to view me negatively. I just can't. I'm in a crisis. I told him, look, will you take my advice? Because he asked me for my advice. I told him, do you really want my advice? He said, yes, anything you tell me, Sayyid. I told him, call him right now in front of me. Tell him, 10 years ago, this is what happened, but I can't sleep at night because of this. Please forgive me. I'll do anything. I'll give you $2,000, $5,000 just for you to forgive me. It was a very hard decision for him. But he picked up the phone. He talked to him. At the end of his conversations, he broke into tears. When he hung up, I told him, what's the matter? Why are you crying? He told me, Sayyid, I don't know what to tell you. This person told me, I had respect for you, but now my respect for you is 1,000 times more. Because what you did is very noble. For you to call me after 10 years and tell me that you were responsible for that when you didn't have to, that shows me you fear Allah. Now I have more respect for you. SubhanAllah. See how honesty pays off? Allah supports those who are honest. And this is the message of Imam al-Hussein alayhi salam. When you're honest, you're at peace, believe me. In one study, Americans interviewed in that study, they admitted that they lie 11 times a week. I think that's a very conservative number. For a lot of people, put a 0 after that. They said, these people, these Americans who were interviewed, they said when we decrease the number of lies, we feel better that week, less stressed out. We feel healthier. Honesty leads to health, my dear brothers and sisters, and that is the legacy of Imam al-Hussein alayhi salam. Let's go back to the speech of Imam al-Hussein. On the night of Ashura, you want more supporters. You don't want to tell them what's happening the next day. But Imam al-Hussein gave that speech. He told them, no, tomorrow I will be killed. Anyone who stays with me will be killed. If you'd like to leave, feel free. What do you think? How do you think the companions of Imam al-Hussein responded? When they have such a beautiful leader, such an honest leader, how can you leave Abu Abdullah? One of them stood up, he told him, Ya Abu Abdullah, I swear by Allah, if I could stay on earth eternally, with no pain, with no suffering, I would still rather die with you. And one of those noble companions who stood up, his name was Zuhair ibn al-Qayn. He told him, Oh Abu Abdullah, if I were to be killed, then I would be resurrected. Then I would be killed. Then I would be resurrected. And this would happen 1,000 times. I would choose to be with you and die with you. Even if I were to die 1,000 times by standing with you, I would choose that. And not to stay in this world comfortably. Because I have seen the light of the truth.
يا حسين